Celebrities who dated before they were famous. Everyone seems to have dated one another in the small dating pool of Hollywood. And who knows, maybe they have. There was a time when we didn't know everything about these celebs, including who they dated, long before they made us laugh and cry with their acting or music. After doing some research, we found celebrity relationships that existed before either party became extremely well known. Examples include Melissa Joan Hart's teen romance with Ryan Reynolds and Keira Knightley's 2003 relationship with Mr. Grey, Jamie Dornan, who was then just known as a Calvin Klein model. Not to be overlooked is Ryan Gosling, who backed his then-girlfriend Sandra Bullock on the red carpet while sporting a lovely baby face. Following are relationships between celebrities you may not have known. You almost start to think, could this have been me? Drew Barrymore and Corey Feldman. 14-year-old Drew Barrymore and 18-year-old Corey Feldman briefly dated after appearing in an episode of CBS School Break special together. However, this wasn't the first time the couple had gotten together. Barrymore was 10 years old and Feldman was 14 when they went on their first date in 1985, according to Feldman's autobiography Choreography. His manager at the time, who also happened to be Barrymore's mother, set them up. Finally, he claimed that the two split up in 1989 because of his excessive drug usage at the time that she was attempting to sobriety. Jennifer Garner and Scott Foley. Jennifer Garner played Scott Foley's girlfriend on Felicity for 2 episodes in 1998 before moving on to feature an Alias. During that time, she fell in love with her co-star. The pair wed in 2000, but they divorced in 2003. What caused their breakup? Foley and Garner, in Garner's opinion, were the victims of Hollywood. Everything moves quickly in our country. If something isn't working, it's preferable to quit it quickly, according to the author of In Style. We would probably still be together if we still resided in West Virginia, where I grew up. Leighton Meester and Sebastian Stan. The couple dated for 2 years before Sebastian Stan's entrance into the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Captain America, the First Avenger. Another on-set romance that we either completely missed or have forgotten. Regardless, the two fell in love when Leighton Meester, who was killing it as Blair on Gossip Girl, met Stan, who portrayed Carter Bazin, her on-screen romance. I've only had one experience where it was incredibly hard, and I was really sad when it ended, but that's what taught me a lot about myself, love, and life. And that's good, Meester indicated about the breakup. Sarah Jessica Parker and Robert Downey Jr. They dated for 8 years before Robert Downey Jr. donned the Iron Man armor and Sarah Jessica Parker strutted the streets of Manhattan as Carrie Bradshaw. When they were both 18 years old and working on the drama Firstborn in 1984, the two fell in love. Just 2 months after starting to date, they soon moved in together in a house in Los Angeles. Due to Downey Jr.'s struggles with addiction, they called it quits. She gave me a place to live in compassion. In an effort to assist me, he told Parade that when I didn't get my act together, she was furious. I was in love with Sarah Jessica, but it was obvious that love wasn't enough. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Will Friedle. The two 18-year-olds clicked after being introduced by a friend and playing BFF on the set of the 1997 movie Trojan War. Hewitt would later make a brief appearance in Boy Meets World Before Love as Eric's love interest. For her part in I Know What You Did Last Summer, Hewitt rose to fame. Jennifer Grey and Matthew Broderick. Prior to her breakthrough in Dirty Dancing making her household name, Jennifer Grey fell in love with Matthew Broderick while they were filming Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The couple's relationship was kept a secret until the summer of 1987, when they were involved in a head-on collision off the coast of Ireland that claimed the lives of 2 persons. After that, they parted ways. After the incident, Grey acknowledged to people that she was never the same again. The impact was emotional and bodily, she stated. My physique changed forever. Never again was my head the same. My aspirations changed over time. Busy Phillips and Colin Hanks. Busy Phillips and Colin Hanks both attended Loyola Marymount University prior to their roles on Freaks and Geeks and Roswell, respectively. They dated for a very long period, long enough to be together when they got their first acting jobs, and they are still close friends now. He was my college boyfriend, Phillips said on Live with Kelly. We met when I was 18 and Colin was 19. We are very, very close friends now. His wife and I are tight. He and my husband hang out. We go on vacation together. David Gallagher and Megan Fox. He was the 7th Heaven teen heartthrob at the time, and she had 2 film credits, including Holiday in the Sun, 2001, starring Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. For the duration of their 2003 relationship, they were unbreakable. Matthew Morrison and Michele. Long before Fox's popular musical series, Glee existed, Matthew Morrison dated Michele when they were both performing on Broadway. Once the show began airing, there were rumors of a romance between the two, but the performers denied this and said their on-screen chemistry was the result of their long-standing friendship. In her 2014 autobiography, Brunette Ambition, Michele was open about the relationship. "I initially met Corey Monteith, Kevin McHale, Amber Riley, and Chris Colfer when we were filming the pilot," Michele wrote. In the book, "I had worked on Broadway with Jen Ushkovitz and Matthew Morrison before. Matt had been a friend of mine for years, and in fact we'd actually dated back in the day for a Broadway beat." Jessica Biel and Chris Evans. From 2001 through 2005, these two had sporadic relationships. She was already somewhat well-known thanks to Seventh Heaven, but when they started dating, he had only been in supporting roles in a few TV movies and miniseries. These two have undoubtedly advanced significantly since their relationship. Matthew Morrison and Kristen Bell. Long before Bell became Veronica Mars and Morrison gained notoriety on Broadway and in programs like Glee, the pair met while they were both students at New York University. Bell disclosed the following in a 2010 interview with Us Weekly. "Actually, we had a brief relationship. For a variety of reasons, I'll have to say that Matt Morrison is possibly my favorite aspect of Glee."